Pick up the bagel with the cream cheese and smoke with a view with a sauce elite.
They're gonna struggle because they had nothing to struggle with. So life doesn't seem to be an issue or a problem. So then these type of people tend to worry about the minor things of existence. But you can also have the other side. Someone had a rough upbringing and it's not coming from an understanding place or a healed place, and now they want to fix humanity. Now those people are under a false illusion too. If you study any spiritual thing, no one or none of their teachings was here to save humanity. They were teaching to save yourself. They weren't teaching to save your partner. They weren't teaching to save your kids. They weren't teaching to save your parents. They weren't teaching to save your ancestors. No. Save yourself. By doing that, a domino effect happens. What's that domino effect? When you start to change your life for yourself and you really genuinely do it, there's going to be people that see that and they go, hey, excuse me, why do you move like that? Why do you say those stuff? Why do you have those things? Why are you so happy? Why are you so positive? Why do you do this? Why are you that? And then these are the people that are seeking the light in you. But the only way to do that is by just focusing on your light and shining. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to help the people around you. That's exactly what I'm saying. But if everyone around you, including you, is always operating under darkness, is always in fear, is always in a negative mood, is always moving chaotically, you know, in other words, they don't have their shit together. In other words, they don't have their mind together. It's time to look inside. And that's why people with a rough upbringing have the most potential, because you actually will have the most work to do and the most you will become the most evolved person by going through your darkness, by figuring out what your darkness is, by figuring out what your quote unquote hidden self that you cannot seem to see, that makes you make decisions based on emotion of what triggered you from the past. And it's hard to see because we've never took a second to stop life and sit down with ourselves and look ourselves in the mirror and go, why am I the way I am? Why do I act like this? Why do I think like this? Why do I see life like this? And the only person that's viewing life through your eyes is yourself. And the person that's painting life from where you're sitting is yourself. Again, going back to, what do people say? It's my perspective. Well, show me what your perspective is giving you. Show me what your perspective is getting. Because at the end of the day, make sure you created that perspective. You collected that perspective from a loving, healthy place, a balanced place, let's say. Not a fearful, not a hateful, not a dark place, and then that's where your perspective came from. Now, once you understand, let's say you got that perspective and didn't come from a balanced place, your job is to figure out how to balance it, how to see it. And once you see it, you can switch that idea into a more balanced idea. And guess what? Life is going to respond to you differently. The only reason why life seems to continually give you the same shit is because at the end of the day, you see it with the same shit. And that's why in these teachings and, you know, these understandings, and if you're a studier of yourself, and some people can hear this message, some can't, you understand, you know, like in art, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So is life. So is value. So is principles. So is a bunch of shit that all accumulates to what? How life is going to respond to you. If I look at myself as weak, people on the outside are going to perceive me as weak. If I look at myself as I'm ugly, life is going to tell me how ugly I am. If I look at myself strong, life is going to tell me why I'm strong. If I look at myself as powerful, life is going to tell me how powerful I am. And that's why what makes this world the lowest concept our minds can conceptualize, because the idea of imagination, of simply the mental realm. There is nothing that you cannot do in the mind, and better, that you can't do here. Now, if you understood what I'm saying, that's why there's levels to this. And 9 times out of 10, when I'm making these videos, I'm speaking from a basic level. Not everyone's ready for the message, because the message, if it was simply given to you in plain sight, most wouldn't receive it. It will be considered too childish. But I'm telling you, you have to be childlike to enter this. I'm gonna stop right there. All right, I'm out, y'all.